All right, we have both players ready. Let's go ahead and get this started. Our Division 1A matchup between SV and Myles. Take two. We'll count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, this looks a lot better. On the left, and yes, I'm doing this for Peek's sake. On the left, rolling out the United Kingdom with an NTSC PP of 3,072,000. It is SV. And on the right, rolling out the United States with a PB of 8,063,000. It is Myles. And as mentioned before, both players undefeated on the season. SV 2-0, Myles 4-0. Myles does have 3 game losses, which puts him in third behind Memes and Dog, who are also undefeated at 4-0. SV currently 6-2 in games. Van Dweller doesn't use Restreamed. He uses Twitch Restreamed, so that's how he can view the seeds. But I cannot. They are not on Twitch. They are on. They play through Restreamed, and we use a Video Ninja for the cameras. And someone mentioned that there might be a little bit of desync between the video and the gameplay, and that's why. It's because it's 2 different sources of input. So there might be a little bit of a desync if there's an internet hiccup or something. But no hiccup to start this one for these players. 205 for Myles, 172 for SV. Looks like we got a bit of a drought going. But it ends pretty quickly. Yeah. I mean, there's various ways you can check. I generally trust the players. It's like trying to check seeds and commentate at the same time. It can be a little distracting. Especially at the beginning of the game when you want to do the whole player introduction thing. Tetris for SV. About a 2.5 Tetris lead for Myles. T-spin for SV. Made it look easy. We'll drop another Tetris. Myles, L-dependent, gets the L. And we'll score a Tetris there. Oh, ugly looking board for SV all of a sudden. But, oh, gonna go dirty here. But there's no bar. We're in the middle of a 20-plus piece drought. The bar comes way too late, and this board is now looking frightening. Oh, that does not fit there. Oh, no. Oh, no. And SV's going to hang a piece, and Myles takes game number 1. Ready from SV. Here we go with game number 2. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Ah, the ZSZ start. Oh, dear. How you know the game hates you. Both players making that double well at the beginning and immediately rewarded with the Aki bar. But Myles will be on the board first. SV looking for another bar here. Oh, nice adjustment for SV. Gets the bar, bang Tetris. Yeah, these players are professionals. They are able to handle that so easily. Whereas people like me, it's like I see that and I cringe because like I don't want to deal with that in the first 3 pieces of the game. Nice Vitz. 380 points, half a line is all that separates the players. So each score a Tetris there. Oh, that's beautiful for Myles there, setting up that S-tuck into the T-tuck. Always pretty to see stuff like that. Bit of a misdrop there for SV. I think he was trying to do a last-second adjustment and just didn't have time. So Myles can take a little bit of a lead here, but this will be easily cleaned up by SV. And SV's even going to go a little aggressive. And this is a little better than the last time he tried this. Gonna get a Tetris. Dirty Tetris 2 rows up. No danger of topping out there. So the lead for Myles, not even a Tetris after that. This stacking for SV right now is... it's working out. Very unorthodox, but very successful. Myles getting to a bit of a spot here. Some bad pieces are showing up. He can't resolve that hole in column 4. That means he's got to scramble for a little bit. And that's going to give SV the lead. Myles not going aggressive here. Stark contrast to what SV did earlier in a similar situation. Myles will score a Tetris there. So it's about half a Tetris lead for SV right now. Maybe a Tetris and a half if he could get this clean, but no. Bit of a mess on SV's side as we're halfway through level 18. 286 for SV, 272 for Myles. Another Tetris for Myles there. Myles will, in fact, take over the lead. This one is back and forth. Another Tetris for Myles. Center well for SV here. There's the party down the middle. Oh, misdrop of the square for SV. Was setting up again, but couldn't land it in the right spot, so had to clear a couple lines, but we'll score a party down the middle and then set back up in the right side. Myles ahead by 2 Tetrises. Both players going through a little bit of burning here. Kind of get the feeling that both players are struggling to find a decent rhythm here on 18. They're doing well enough, but every once in a while they'll get into situations where they'll have to burn a bunch of lines, or misdrop forces some burns, or bad piece sequence. Just can't quite get into the full groove of 18. And scores kind of show it as looking like we're not going to have a 600k this game. But they're both safe. They're both doing fairly well for themselves otherwise. It's a close game. Despite the 3 Tetris lead, Myles is ahead by 7 lines, so... Myles looking for this bar here, not getting one. Finally, we'll get one there. Scores the Tetris. We're approaching level 19. Our first transition of the day. Myles kind of shaking his head there. Knows he has to play safe, but hates giving up that efficiency. Here we go, level 19. 550 from Myles. SV should be clear of that. And will be 557, so SV with a very slight advantage at level 19. We're off and running. Myles slightly ahead in the sequence. So has 9 lines more than SV currently. Tetris for SV. This one's been fairly back and forth and is, for the moment, settled on being just about neck and neck. Another Tetris for SV. Myles in the midst of a drought. Will score the Tetris, and another one. Level 22 for Myles. SV now navigating that same drought and will score the Tetris at the end. This drought's not a problem for these two. But these pieces are kind of a problem for SV. Had both an L and a J dependency on the board at the same time. And that's going to cause this. There's a dirty Tetris for SV. SV trying to keep up the efficiency as he does have the pace lead over Myles by about a Tetris right now. Tetris for Myles. SV with a long bar dependency will go ahead and fill that in. So the pace lead comes down to about 1 Tetris after that. Myles going to try to go column 6. Just needs the bar. There it is. Bang Tetris. I imagine he's going to try to get that back over to the right. Oh, nice adjustment. Tetris for SV, 909, 917 for Myles. But Myles 9 lines ahead. As we are barreling towards the level 29 kill screen where these players will have to contend with pieces going twice as fast. And they'll have 10 levels to score as much as they can before they reach the level 39 super kill screen. Another Tetris for Myles. Setting up in column 9 here. We'll get that Tetris. Both players with the max out. Ring them cowbells. Myles board suffering from some bad parity. This coming right before level 29. He's got one more Tetris available. Will score 1,096,000, but SV's already at 1.1 and could have 1.2 into kill screen here. And he will. 1,215,000 for SV. Here we go. Level 29. Tetris for SV. 100,000 point lead over Myles. Myles has been digging for a little bit here. Has to really compromise there with that long bar covering that well in column 8. Oh, it's going to go aggressive here, but now it just takes a triple. Can't go too aggressive on 29 if you don't know when you're going to get droughted. And even small droughts can be catastrophic. Wow, big miss of a 5-tap there for Myles. But recovers nicely. Just trying to bring the board down as SV has amassed nearly a 200,000 point lead. Another Tetris goes to 1,441,000. Myles at 1,209,000. So it's looking fairly bleak for Myles at the moment. Unless Myles can get something going here. Needs a bar, and we have a big drought coming in. That's going to do it. SV ties it at 1. Let's watch him play this out. This is a good game. $1.5. Has to take a couple burns there, but you know, gets those taps over. This is great drought management from SV. Look at this. Amazing. There's the rollover. Oh, try to get the tuck there. That would have been so swag. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 1.666. The devil's number strikes. It'll top out. Both players are ready. Here we go. We'll count them down for game number 3. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So after a fairly back and forth 18, SV takes over on 19, especially the latter half of it. And then just gives no quarter on 29. That was some lights out Tetris past the kill screen. We'll open with a bit of a drought to start game number 3. SV able to get the Tetris. Myles had to burn, but another bar will show up. Myles getting high again. Not a lot of bars in this seed. Now even SV's getting high. There's the bar finally. Myles will score. SV will score. It's SV by a Tetris right now. T-spin set up for SV. Gets the T and gets the spin. Myles misdrops the T there. Gonna have to spend a little bit of time to get that out. Makes a long bar dependency instead. But gets the bar. Should be fine here. Tetris for Myles. SV will take a burn and then we'll score as well. Still about a Tetris ahead. $171 for Myles, or for SV rather, 172 for Myles, but Myles ahead by 6 lines. Myles setting up in column 3. Where's the bar? Uh-oh. Things getting a little out of hand here. Myles does finally get the bar, but can turn this into a right well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just the follow-up piece is not really helping, and SV has come out to about a 3 Tetris lead now. Oh, long bar dependency, column 10 for Myles. Sets it up for a dirty Tetris. We'll score a normal one and get this board down. It's what these players do in Division 1. They get aggressive and get rewarded. Roman in chat says, bad adjustments there. I would have handled that way better. Never mind. My bad, Myles. This is great. 378 for SV, 337 for Myles. We're a bit more than halfway through level 18. And this time the scores are a little more lit than the previous game. Maybe after playing some 19 and even 29, their comfort level has gone up, or the pieces are just better. Another Tetris there for SV. Sets up a long bar dependency, column 5. Needs to get this quick, and is not going to waste time waiting for it. And yeah, as we get the drought coming in, SV not happy with the timing of that bar. Can't even get a Tetris here. It's only good for a triple. Oh, that looked like a Phantom burn. Fortunately, SV able to adjust fast enough. And we'll set up in column 5. There it is, bang Tetris. 520 for Myles, 507 for SV. 600s are on the table for both. Never ask how is Roncli, but never why is Roncli. I mean, if I knew why, I'd probably be doing something different. Tetris for both, 578 for Myles, 555 for SV. Still on track for dueling 600s here. We get a bit of a drought just before transition. Myles will get the bar. SV has to cover up. Myles in at 615. SV, unfortunately, had to burn. Will only be in at 583, so Myles with an advantage here on 19. Here we go. Bit of a hang there from Myles, but yeah, it's a roller hang. It's fine. Tetris for Myles. Oh, well, he's committed to the Vits now. He's not going to get it. Has to burn away quite a bit there. Including his lead here. Gets a dirty Tetris. So he's going to stay in the lead with that. But it is pretty neck and neck. 725 for Myles, 710 for SV. I even say SV has a pace lead right now. He's back by 3 lines. Catacasel, welcome in. And a Tetris for Myles. Setting up that tuck. Could be a T, could be a Z. I'm going to choose the Z. SV setting up dirty here, column 7. There it is, dirty Tetris for SV to clean up the stack. And gets those tucks going. That's some nice play for both players here on 19 plus. Currently 23, another Tetris for SV. Neck and neck game. One of these players will be taking a lead after this one. Tetris for SV. Oh, another dirty setup here for SV. Handling the drought, though. Where's the bar? This is a long drought. And it comes after he covers the well. Another bar shows up too early this time, and we'll finally get that dirty Tetris. Myles has taken the lead, 965 to 913. SV keeps it within a Tetris. Myles is clean here on 27, has the max out, 1,032,000 into 27. SV at 982, so about a 50,000 point lead for Myles as we're approaching level 29. Another Tetris for SV. Nice spin for Myles. We have 2 Tetrises to go for Myles, and now 2 for SV, and it is so close. Myles is in at 1,174,000. Tetris for SV. This needs a bar. Will enter at 1,160,000. A difference of 14,000 points. Here we go, level 29. Tetris for SV. Myles has scored a couple here in post, and another one, 1,291,000 on level 30. Myles and SV both kind of maintaining their stacks here. Might see a little bit of aggression here from Myles, but all these pieces are bad. That's gonna do it. SV is a chase down. You need C98. There's the bar, there's the Tetris, there's game number 3. SV takes a 2-1 lead. Yeah, Myles went all in on a dirty Tetris in column 2, and that's when the drought struck. SV will test out the controller some more. That is not a Vits. Ooh. Couple hangs. Don't think we're seeing a 1.6 this game. Getting some quick lines at the end. 1,368,000 will be the final. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started for game number 4. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, both these players are looking pretty good today. Myles seems like... Or, I'm sorry, SV, rather, seems like he's on a different level. But it's certainly a level that we know Myles can reach. And he may have to reach it in 2 consecutive games here in order to take this set. SV would love to deny him that. Let's see what happens. We start neck and neck. T-spin setup from Myles, but that J didn't want to put that over on the left. Just gonna go ahead and take some burns here. We enter a bit of a drought. Long bar dependency for SV in column 3, high up on the board. Now has to fill it. 27, 28, counting. What is going on? 34 pieces. Both players now playing high up on the board. SV will get it down. Myles will get it down as well. SV does have a little cleanup work to do, so advantage Myles there. SV is just going to convert this to a column 3, most likely. And then look for the whale transfer, and gets it! Tetris for SV. What a great play. Love watching stuff like that. Long bar dependency again for SV. We'll fill it in before going for the Tetris. Another long bar dependency. This one a little ill-advised. This is high up on the board. And SV, another long bar dependency. Just gonna plug it with a L, rather. Has the right side open now, and we'll get the long bar for the Tetris. All kinds of long bar dependencies showing up for SV, and that's gonna give Myles the lead here by about a Tetris and a half. SV, it looks like he's just trying to settle down here after all this early excitement. Yeah, Nelstris, this is called Nestrus Champs. It is a piece of software that we use for usually just our Division 1 games, but we'll be using it for Division 2 today as well. That basically does live OCR of their screens through their capture cards. And Nestrus Champs can redraw it in a number of ways. We have this layout, for instance. There's also a really weird text-based layout, which personally I wouldn't use, but a lot of cool features. Worth checking out, nestruschamps.org. Or not, is it org or IO? I forget. It's IO. Nestruschamps.io. And it can read from the capture card, or it can read it from emulator. You just have to feed it what it needs. Myles with a bit of a lead here. About a 2.5 Tetrises as we approach 100 lines. I think the freezing, it might be just you. Tetris for SV. Myles, 38,000 point lead, 100 lines. SV keeping it fairly close here on 18. Myles' board is stuttering every once in a while. I think it's just Myles, though. Let me double check. Yeah, it's just Myles. Level 19 coming up. Tetris for SV, 533. Gonna regain a little bit of ground here because Myles had to do some digging, but we'll go in at 557. Myles a bit behind the sequence here. Still has 2 Tetrises. We'll get one there. Oh, that's a 600,000. Hey. Oh, no, it's not. It's 598. Wow. Streamer tries to do math live. Gets embarrassed. Myles with the pace lead right now, even though he's behind by 11,000 points, has 9 lines to work with, and we'll use 4 of them for a Tetris. But SV is playing solid here. Just holding on to a real-time lead, 687 to 673. Must-win game for Myles here if he wants to extend the set. Another Tetris for SV. Ooh, Myles looked like he might have tried to make that adjustment for the long bar, but was too late. Could have saved himself from burning. This board getting up pretty high for SV here. 20-plus piece drought and counting, still going. SV just having a hard time now getting this down. Gonna open up the right side. Still a hole in the stack, but again a drought forms, but we'll get the Tetris there. Myles also having a bit of a struggle, but we'll get things set up for the long bar. Bang Tetris. 14 line difference. SV 888, 877 for Myles. Myles probably around a 3 Tetris pace lead. SV again has forced to take a triple there. Kingsman says SV is locked in. He's about to lock in a max out here very soon. Provided the pieces allow it. Tetris from Myles. Myles is probably going to be the first to a max out. SV is having trouble here. On 28 now. Finally gets the right side open. And we're going to max on 28, 1,014,000. Myles going to get it on 27, 1,031,000. Here we go, level 29, 1,050,000 for SV. Immediately hangs a 5-tap. Gonna have to get another one over. It did bring the board down a little bit, and we'll get that long bar over. Not out of the woods yet. Gets another 5-tap. Lifts that T. Looks like he's going to survive here. Myles in at 1,139,000. Has the real-time lead, too, and is down by 17 lines. Lots of runway for Myles. Another Tetris. But SV is still going. So far, it's been SV's survival on 29 that has kept him in the lead this match. Myles needs a bar. Has to have a bar. Gets the bar for the Tetris, but now has to clean up. Oh, we almost saw a repeat of game number 3 there. But Myles does get this cleaned up. Myles is still in the lead and still has 14 lines to work with, but the lead is 28,000 points, so he's got to keep going. Level 35 for SV. Oh, a couple of misdrops for Myles. He's going to regain control. Should be able to get this down. And SV's burning too, so for Myles, he's not losing much. SV is ready, though, to start stacking up again here on 36. Gets the bar. Bang! Tetris into the lead. 1,327,000. Myles with a long bar dependency. Oh no! Gets the bar over for the double. Still alive. But this board is breaking down for Myles. He's got to get something left. Long bar goes over. And SV has exploded into the lead with one line left before the super kill screen. Looking for the bar. Gets the bar too late, but it doesn't matter. Myles is topped out. SV is going to take the set 3-1. There's your winner. Another 3-1 victory for SV.
Here today. In the beginning, Nick was able to get a bit of a lead here of about a bit less than a Tetris, 19,000 points. It is 73 against 93. Yeah, both players. I mean, it's 18. I would expect both players to be pretty relaxed here for now. Like the time that you spent on level 18 should be time where you can just play aggressive and get as many Tetrises without really needing to worry about your stack. And just when we begin to start getting into 19, it might get a bit differently slowly but surely. And Neko going for a bit of a dirty Tetris here, gets the long band Tetris, and yeah, that's exactly what you just do in 18. Play aggressive all the way, and here's now the next Tetris to Neko, getting hit by about 2 Tetrises. Of course, it's different when you get long droughts, like what I said earlier about playing aggressive on 18. When you get 40 plus piece droughts, then yeah, at that point maybe you should start to get into burning. And we had a couple of seeds yesterday where we had many 30 plus droughts happening in a row. So let's see if maybe today's RNG, as in the basic Tetris bot generator, is a bit kinder towards the players. We get the next Tetris here now to Neko, 215 for Eyeball against 280 here for Neko, as we're getting close to being halfway done with the first level 18. And Trevor's in the chat saying, let's go Eyeball, and some Canada love. Well, I assume the Canada flag is showing love from Canada. And Eyeball gets the T-spin, nice. Well, we have a bit of a drought here, but only 15 pieces. Which shouldn't be something that surprises these players. You get, let's say, up to 20 piece droughts in essentially every game that you play. And point-wise, it's a bit closer than the pure score looks like, because Eyeball spread a couple of less lines, so it should be neck and neck here, 2 Tetris lead, and Neko spread 2 Tetrises more. And here's now the next Tetris to Eyeball, and a small burn here for Neko. Next Tetris to Neko. Yeah, these line differences do matter, just because 4 Tetrises equals about 24,000 points. So if you're 24,000 points set and have played 4 more lines, that means that you don't have a lead, as in the opponent can get the same points in the next 4 lines. And here's now the Tetris for Neko. And what I just explained is what we generally refer to as the pace. Next Tetris to Eyeball again. 451 against 471. And one more Tetris here to Eyeball, and now Eyeball has the lead here, having a couple of thousand points more than Neko. Ooh, Eyeball now being a bit... You're looking for O pieces or double J's, but in this case not double L's. Here in his Kadam 3-4 is a bit not the greatest stack in, or was not the greatest stack in Kadam 3-4, but was able to work around that mostly in a nice way. Led to a couple of burns here now, but should be open in this piece, which means Tetris for Eyeball into 524 against 562. We could get a double 600k transition actually. But that does depend on how aggressive Eyeball can play here now. He would need to get every possible Tetris and not burn a single line, I believe. Here's now the next Tetris to Eyeball. We have a 609 already here for Neko. Neko could get 2 more Tetrises. Tetris to Eyeball. Okay, Eyeball needs 7k in order to get a 600k transition. Which means 1 more Tetris is required here for Eyeball, having no line to burn for that. But of course, it's better to go for the safe transition, but no. With a 655 transition and a 617 transition. So massive transitions here from these players, and on 19 they also continue to just play aggressive and go for Tetrises. With about a 1.5 Tetris lead here for Neko in the transition. Yeah, Eyeball catching out the 600k, really waiting for the next long bar here in the last single. Not single, the last Tetris for the transition to get the 600k. And the 19 also, as we expect, looks like they just continue to play aggressive here. Oh, but we get a small drought here. Neko gets the Tetris, Eyeball gets a small closed well here, meaning he needs to burn just a couple of lines. Is now open again and gets the next Tetris for Eyeball, also Tetris here for Neko. 759 against 843, the lead has increased to about 3 Tetrises now. And we can see 1 more Tetris here now to Neko and to Eyeball. 815, 873, so both of these players definitely on a 19 max out pace. Which is to be expected when you get a 600k transition. Small drought now of 24 pieces, and we get the Tetris here for Eyeball, and no more for Eyeball. Neko wasn't able to Tetrises there, which means I was able to catch up a bit here in points. It is now down to about a 1 Tetris lead here, and now down to a neck and neck situation between Eyeball and Neko, but Neko is only now getting clean again. In the lines they felt the same amount. And there's a drought of about 20 pieces and Tetrises here for both players, and Skibbity Ball saying the Poland flag. Yes, Eyeball does have a Poland flag in his background. Some players do like to represent the country that they are from. And next step is also to Eyeball. Okay, neck and neck, only 7k between these players at the same amount of lines. Neko just closed the well. And Eyeball takes the lead here. Melk asking, am I playing after this match? I believe that you are scheduled to play after this match, assuming that Peek is here. But yeah, the schedule is this match, then Melk against Peek, and then it is F-Geek against Tidewind. Level 28 is now being reached. We have a double 1.1. Eyeball having the lead here. Next set was going to Neko. And let's see how the level 29 will go. Level 29 is now being reached by Neko. Neko is set by bit. Eyeball is pretty high here. He gets 1 more Tetris. And now he needs to stack down, gets the perfect pieces to open up the world, gets a Tetris. And it is 125. 1.125 against 1.189. I'm just gonna admit the max out here. Like the millions score, just focus on the thousands. So there's 2.7 against 1.9 here. Neko going for center well, gets the center well. It's about a 1 Tetris lead here currently for Eyeball. And yeah, Eyeball now going for the 1 high Tetris here. Neko is getting a bit dirty here, wants to find a way to clean this up and gets nice pieces to get the burning done. Nice. And yeah, Neko is down-stacking nicely here, as we always hope for. But point-wise he's falling behind a bit, especially as Eyeball now getting the next Tetris. Small T-piece misstep here from Eyeball. And yeah, Neko is getting higher, gets leg slung over to the left, perfect. Again down-stacking here, Eyeball also a bit of trouble here, having the long bar, the L piece, and tops out at 1.36 and Neko tops out at a 1.27. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both players have started, the seed is the same, the placements also are the same.